This is everything I took on a 200-kilometre bikepacking route around Dorset. I'll run you through my bike setup and the things I packed to enjoy a lovely overnight adventure down in Dorset. Just stunning! So if we start off with the bike, as you can see it's a Trek Pro Caliber cross-country mountain bike, a hardtail. I've had this bike for about 4, maybe 5 years now, and it was a standard stock build, but over time I've replaced the forks with something slightly lighter. Some Sid Ultimates. I think I changed the handlebars, the grips. Got these TT bars on because in a couple of weeks' time I'm doing a 600-kilometre event and they help me with my comfort. Also change the saddle to one of these specialised power ones which I find the most comfortable. I think I put a carbon seat post in there, and for the latest trip I ran the wheels off of my specialised Epic because they're slightly lighter, and who doesn't love a bit of lightness when you're riding up lots of hills? So obviously it wouldn't be a bike packing trip without strapping a load of clobber to your bike, and this is what I was carrying on the bike. So at the very front I've got my Exposure 6-pack light, which is absolutely epic at night time. So that let me see where I was going. I have my Garmin at top, which has the route on obviously, and other vital stats. Tucked away down here I've got a Apidura stem bag, which has some food in. We'll go into the detail of that in a minute. We got a tail fin top tube bag, which is an amazing piece of kit. A spare inner tube roped on underneath there, making use of that little bit of space. Down the bottom we've got an Apidura down tube bag, I think it's called. That's got all my tools in, and we'll run you through those in a minute as well. I carried a litre of water on the front of the bike, and then I carried this Precision Fuel and Hydration flow gel bottle at the back, which essentially had 10 energy gels in to keep me going at times. And then on the back, the big boy, the Apidura saddle pack. Tyre setup is a Vittoria Mezcal 2.35 on the front and back. Basically just what I had on the tyres from when I did the Alps Divide last year. Running tubeless, didn't get any punctures. This one's getting a little bit warm, but that means it runs quite fast when I'm on the road. But they're a model of tyre I've found quite useful in all my bike packing trips, and one I'll probably continue to use for a while. So the big bag is off the rear. It is an Apidura saddle pack which has seen a lot of action. It's got a couple of dodgy repairs by myself. It's actually been sent back to Apidura and repaired once before, but this essentially carried all my sleeping kit, and as you can see it's covered in cow or sheep poo from some of those fields we went through. But within this bag, if I can do this one-handed, we have got a down jacket, which I used when I was setting up a tent or setting up my bivvy, and I wore it during the night because it did get quite chilly. I've then got some little shorts I wore just to be able to take my bib shorts off and air out a little bit. And then slightly difficult with one hand, I've got my Alp Kit 3-season sleeping bag. Got quite chilly at night, probably got down to 4 or 5 degrees, so that was certainly welcome. I got a little pack of hand warmers. I didn't end up using them, but sometimes it's quite nice in the morning to put them inside your gloves, especially when it's cold starting. Anything else? Oh yes, we've got down the back end of the bag, we've got the Sea to Summit little pillow for a bit of luxury comfort, and then tucked away in this pump sack I have got my outdoor research helium bivvy, which isn't the nicest thing to sleep in, but my wife has stolen my lovely small tent for an event she's doing. But essentially it's a hooped bivvy, so it gives you a little bit of space, but actually I just end up sleeping with my head fully in the air because I don't really like the claustrophobia being inside of this over your head. And then inside that I have got a Thermarest Neo X-Lite NXT sleeping mat, which is a very important piece of kit to keep you warm, especially when you're sleeping on a hard, cold ground. So that's essentially my sleeping system, and it looks quite big on there, rammed inside that reasonably small bag. So onto the tail fin top tube bag. In there had a headlamp, which is slightly messy, headlamp, so I could see what I was doing when I was setting up around the camp. Bit of loo roll for, you know what, a buff, which makes a big difference keeping you warm, especially at night when the breeze is cold. And I've got a spare Allen key because I was adjusting the light on the mount on the front of the bike, and it's easier to use that than get my multi-tool out. I've got an Anchor charger, MagSafe one, so if the port gets wet you can still charge your phone. Got a Garmin charger, which I didn't actually have to use, which was good. I had to take my big old Anchor power back because again my wife has stolen my slightly smaller power bank to take on her trip. I had my Cyplus electric pump, which I'm finding really helpful for doing quick adjustments and quick little cheeky boost of air in the morning. And then a tubeless repair tool just in case, some glasses wipes, and that is the sort of valve extender for the electric pump. And just underneath the aero bar I had this Apidura stem pack, which I think I picked up on eBay for a very, very cheap price. And in there I had some bits of food, so all that, there's a few sweets left, some drumstick chewies, and there's a Belvita bar left too. But that's just an easy place to reach in to get some food when you're on the move. A lot of these things are simply about eating, keeping moving. Now my final bag, which is also covered in sheep or cow poo, or probably a mixture of both, is the down tube pack in which I keep my tools. And luckily I didn't have to venture into this bag at all, so I have a little set of kind of Allen keys there. I have my hand pump just in case the electric one doesn't work. A set of tubeless tyre plugs. We got some spare links for the chain, tubeless tyre repair, little box of tricks, £5 note in there, and mainly just kind of tubeless tyre repair, chain repair stuff. Set of tyre levers that also doubles up as a chain breaker with the wrong type of quick link in, because that's for another bike, but yeah, don't worry about that. A little cheap kind of multi-tool plier thing, mainly again tyre repair situations. And finally another bonus spare inner tube just in case, thankfully I didn't have to use. So also on the trip I was carrying a Solomon Advanced Skin 12 hydration vest. The idea is when I'm doing my 600k event in a few weeks time, I won't be taking any sleep kit as such, and I wanted to see what I could fit into this vest. So within this vest I've got probably a number of energy gels and chews that I didn't finish, so they're in the pockets. In this sort of front side pocket I had some easy to access items, so some antibacterial hand gel, some bonus chamois cream in case I got sore, and I had these handy wipes which I was going to use to clean myself with before I went to bed, but they had dried out, so that wasn't very much use, so I had to put a bit of antibac gel on them and use them for cleaning. In the pocket down here I had my Albion ultralight jacket, which was kind of just about enough to get away with. It's early May and it took the wind chill off during the night because it got down to about 5 degrees. I ran a hydration bladder in the bag, so that was 1.5 litres of water, and it wasn't too difficult to find shops and taps and that sort of thing to fill up. In the pack itself, which is really good because you can fit 12 litres of stuff in here, we've got some leg warmers which came in very handy on that chilly night, and some arm warmers again for the chilly night. I've got a Albion fleecy gilet Polartec material which didn't actually have to use in the end, but that was a really lightweight bonus layer I could have if I got too chilly. I got a selection of more chews and gels in there, and then I had a little bag, and in there I had some sleep essentials for me, so an eye mask and some earplugs. Had my toothbrush and toothpaste, a couple of paracetamol, and that was what I carried on my back. So all in all, it was a fairly light setup. It was only an overnight trip, but it didn't cut comfort because it was quite a cool night. So as you saw, I took my 3-season sleeping bag, my bivvy, my sleeping mat, that kind of thing. Of course, you could stay indoors at a hotel or a B&B and you wouldn't need to take any of that, and you could have an even lighter bike for making those uphill bits even more fun. So hopefully you found that useful if you're planning on doing the up-down Dorset bikepacking route. If you haven't seen the video, check it out on my channel. If you've got any questions about the kit I took, drop them below and I'll try and answer them. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.